Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another installment of the Burgundy Breakdown, the first one of the month of June, meaning football is almost here. We have a lot of topics to get to, including the Washington Commanders unveiling some new alternate jerseys, Terry McLaurin rumors speculating about him potentially being traded, and RFK not looking so promising after all. That's coming up on the Burgundy Breakdown. Wednesday, July 2nd, 9:58 p.m. Your man Juan Gotti, along with John from Ballin In Burgundy podcast, Reedie and Zee, bringing you yet another installment of Burgundy Breakdown. How we doing, fellas?
Better that we're on the air finally. It's my fault, people. I apologize. Something came up in the ninth inning and I had to step out. So, we're late and it's because of Reedie. So everybody go on me in the comments, pop your shit, do whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna take it. Pause. That's for you,
Damn
Juan.
good pause.
That was
Look,
real
you know,
quick.
That's a damn good pause.
I didn't even say that. I saw his V face. He reacted first. So that's who you got to holler. Because I wasn't even going to be on that timing, man. I ain't going to lie. John, what's up with you, though?
What up, what up, what up?
Z, how you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. Free Terry. That's all I'm gonna say. Free Terry.
So
It's
great
crazy.
point. We can lead off with that as um the Terry McLaurin is a very, very touchy subject in this fan base because it's like there's no middle ground. I kind of alluded to that earlier because I was a little frustrated earlier. I ain't gonna lie, because somebody commented on my channel, somebody that watches my channel all the time, and told me today that I don't know ball simply because I don't value Terry McLaurin as high as Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. And every time we have this conversation, it seems like I have to defend my fandom for him when it's like that's not even the whole case. The point is, he's not Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So, actually, you know what? I can read you guys the whole entire comment here. I'm not gonna say his name, obviously, because that's still my guy, still support the channel. But and his opinion, it's nothing wrong with it. You have your opinion, but obviously, I know we're kind of all on the same page when it comes to this. So, here's what he had to say. He says, I'm not saying he should get 40 mil, but one, I thought you knew football. Everyone loves throwing that up when you don't agree with them. I thought you knew ball, you don't know
I
ball.
love it.
Okay. He says, of course, he didn't have Chase numbers, but he didn't have a bona fide number two on the other side of him. How long did it take Terry and JD5 to connect? Come on, y'all, making something out of nothing, just looking for clicks.
Man.
So that's that. Everyone loves going to that Jamar Chase and he has T Higgins. We know that. We beat that dead horse so many times about Terry
Yep.
not having bona fide number two. My point is, regardless of if he has a number two receiver or not, he's not that caliber of receiver. It's a reason why one was drafted with the fifth overall pick or fourth, I believe it was fifth. Um, and Terry McLaurin was looked at as a special teams guy coming to Ohio State. Not to say he couldn't have grown into a Jamar Chase, but he's just not that. And on top of the 40 mil, $35 million range of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, the even bigger point than what I was just making is they're about to be 30. Those guys are 25, 26. It's still a whole other level that these
Mm-hmm.
guys can reach. And he just came off of $1,700. Like, I love Terry, man, but it's like it's funny because it's either one side of the fan base is gung ho paying whatever he wants, and it's the other side that is just boggle my mind that says trade Terry McLaurin. He shouldn't be holding out at all. It's no middle ground. What y'all gotta say to that, fella?
I mean, I pretty much kind of agree with you. We touched on this either last episode or the episode before that, and I came on pretty much said it. A lot of people, the fans, they wasn't really screaming Terry, Terry, Terry this, what I mean, until he had that crazy season last year. I mean, everybody kind of spoke on him having his 1,000 yards and stuff like that, and him being, but kind of mentioned him amongst the elite and top five this and Terry that. Like that didn't really come until after he had that season last year, and what I mean, just being real, he still isn't, like you said, of that top five caliber. You know what I mean? Can he get there? I believe absolutely with another year or two under Jayden. You know what I mean? With that quarterback play, he can definitely probably put up some of those numbers. But, you know what I mean? As of today, he's not a Jamar Chase. He's not a Justin Jefferson. Shit, Reedie will argue that sometimes he's not Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that middle ground. It's like, you know what I mean, definitely since now people are all over the place and pay him if you pay him what they owe him, give him back pay. Like, come on, man. Like, this is the NFL. These dudes make millions of dollars. There's no such thing as back pay. You know what I mean? Yeah, he stayed down. I don't think just because he stayed down, you go and overpay him. You know what I mean? It has to be something realistic for the team. And you know what I mean, especially what we're trying to build here and get more weapons. And like we said, we got Jayden contract coming up eventually. So like, you know what I mean? Me and Reedie was talking earlier. I don't see Terry getting a 4-year, 5-year deal. You know what I mean? It might really be a 3-year extension. You know what I mean? He's 30 years old now. You know what I mean? Like you mentioned, he's not 25. He's not of a young age. So, and again, this is not knocking Terry. It's just that, you know what I mean, at this time, at this peak of his career is coming kind of sort of at the latter days, well, not the latter days, but the latter end up to this point. So I mean, yeah, I mean, pay him respectfully, but talking about overpaying him and all that other stuff is crazy. And then, you know what I mean, to talk about trading him and get rid of him and he ain't this like just stay even kill and just keep it real. And you know, you asked the question earlier, Juan, you know what I mean, is it some fans like you that just even kill on the Terry thing in the middle ground? I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, because and before one of the other fellas go, I just want to just echo what he said. There's nothing he's not knocking Terry McLaurin. It just seems like anytime we don't speak on Terry McLaurin in a semi-positive light, it's you're you know what I'm saying. It's always this backfire, and it always
You
just
don't know
seemed like that with
ball.
him.
How could you?
You don't know, but it's like my whole thing is about it. What if like this is just all speculation? What if whole time the contract could be sealed and done. They just didn't want to announce it yet. Like they, you know, it could be them moving like that. Like they said,
Yeah.
Terry was in Italy today potentially, and Magic Johnson was also on a yacht in Italy as well. Like that,
Yep.
who knows? You know. But at the end of the day, as I alluded to, and Z alluded to, like for one, he's not on that level of those two guys. I say at worst, he gets 34 million CD Lamb money. I start the conversation with CD Lamb. But Justin Jefferson, Jamal, that's a whole nother level, bro. Like it's I don't get what people don't see. Because you take T. Higgins away, does he still give you that same caliber numbers? Yes. Like I thought I get it. T is a dog. But he's not the reason Jamar Chase is what Jamar Chase is.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is
Yeah.
the reason
Mhm.
Jamar Chase is what Jamar Chase is.
Takes.
He was the
Yeah.
freaking fifth overall pick, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That man
And it was.
takes slants 80. You know what I mean? He
Hmm.
making niggas miss and all types of things. He's a real playmaker when he get the
Yeah.
ball in his hand.
Y'all
mhm.
remember when Jamar got drafted and everyone outside the NFL was like, how could they pick a wide receiver? They need an offensive line to protect Joe Burrow. You seen the numbers he putting up? Without the protection of a Penei Sewell,
Right.
they played together at LSU, the Bayou boys in the Bengals now. And you
Right.
see what the production they put out, and they're a top 5 wide receiver quarterback duo, if not top 3 in this league. There's a reason
hmm
for it, and it's not because Joe Burrow's got time in the pocket. He never had time in the pocket. That's why they lost Super Bowl, because Aaron Donald feasted on that offensive line. It's because him and Jamar is a special combination. It's like Montana and Rice. It's like Brady and Gronk. It's like Mahomes and Kelsey. A special connection. Terry's never had that until Jayden. And I mean, you can throw in Taylor Heineke if you want. Terry was the definition of F it, Terry down there somewhere. The definition of a Brett Favre modern day quarterback. You sling that rock all over the yard. Terry's not getting top 3 money. Terry's not getting above 35 a year at this rate. I was in the market a few weeks ago saying he should good. At this rate, I think he's gonna get that the what did I say the DK contract. DK got 5 for 150. I think if Terry got in the realm of 3 for like 105 with 70 guaranteed, that would be considered overpay by some fans. He's not getting 35. He's not. I don't think this thing's gonna get 34 at this rate. And if one, to your point, if they're being hush hush about it behind the scenes, then we've all drank the Kool-Aid. We've all fallen for the cheese trap. We've all jumped in without our life preservers because we fell for it.
Yeah, I think, and before you go, I just want to, I kind of say, I mean, personally, at the end of the day, we could argue 40, he should get 40, 35.
Mhm.
Get him signed. Who's gonna care if he's making $31 to $40 million a year as long as he's out there playing
Yeah.
and he's
The only one that cares is his agent.
right. So I also want to add to the point. What if it was I always had this speculation. No one's confirmed this or just say anything, but I just have this like suspicion since he's 29, about to be 30 in September. What if he signs a 2-year deal, which allows him to potentially double dip? Say he signs a 2-year deal and he goes off for those 2 years and he's 32 looking to get extended again, which he's still in a kind of prime of his career, considering the fact that he came in the league at 24, 25, still, particularly fresh. What if he signs a 2-year deal and being able to double dip? What if that's the hold up? Like, I that's just a thought because been having that suspicion as well. But Reedie, you could take it away if you like.
So here's the thing. I agree with everything that everyone on the panel said. Until last year, Terry was not in the conversations of being top 5. He was barely in the conversation of being top 15, if we're being honest. He was in the top 18, a top 20 wide receiver in this league. Okay, yeah, he hasn't had quarterbacks to sustain his success. Like Terry has barely been getting 1,000 yards. Barely getting 1,000 yards. So how is it after one season that we're sold and saying that he should be getting top 5, top 3 money? Stop what you're doing. Terry deserves 30 to 35 range money. I agree. I think he does. But to say to this notion about, changing the market and all of that, not going to happen. Back pay, that's ridiculous. Like all of this stuff is crazy. I get both sides of it. I get the business side of it, and I get Terry's side of it. If we're being realistic, this is probably his last contract. He might get a 1-year deal or something like that, but his last major contract. Because you got to think, if me and Z was kicking this around earlier. Okay, he has 1 year left on his current deal. So say they give him a 3-year extension or a 4-year extension, that brings him out to 5 years. He's 35, maybe at 34, 35 at this time period.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as simple as this. Okay, we got cap space. Let's just go sign Terry. Like, if you guys watch Hard Knocks, like I'm a big Hard Knocks guy. If you watch Hard Knocks, it breaks it down to you. If we go back to episode 1 of last season when the Bears were on it, Caleb Williams, when they re-signed DJ Moore, Brian Poles, their GM, said we want to get him done early, but it was a effort by everybody. They had to be on board with it because it had to make sense. The president, if you watch that episode, was like, well, this makes sense. This lines up with this, what we're trying to do here, there, blah, blah, blah. So it has to make sense next year, the year after that, and the year after that, because they still have to think, okay, next year is year 3 for Jayden. If they're smart, me and Z been talking about this too. If they're smart, they'll sign him then. Because look what happened with Mahomes. They signed him early to that 10-year contract or whatever and kind of like spread the money out and stuff like that. So if they're smart, they would do that. Don't wait until you get into year 4 and then got to re-sign Jayden. Then you still got to worry about what you're going to do with Debo if he turns up. Hypotheticals. What you going to do with Laramie Tunsil? You're going to have to sign him. What are you going to do with these other players that you're going to sign? A Lattimore, if he turns up, what are you going to do with him?
Louisville on 1 more deal.
Right, Louisville signed a 3-year deal?
Yep, and this will be a year.
Right, this year too.
Yeah, and then you alluded to like if they wait that long, not only are they going to have to pay him more money, that he could be making. Dak is making 60 now. If you wait all the way to year 3, year 4 for Jayden, that's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander money. If y'all know what he just got paid, like that's what we're talking. And then Mikey Sanders still, that's another rookie that could be getting on money.
Yeah, him and Jayden has got to get signed at the same. They probably going to
exactly
Brandon Coleman
5th-year option, but it don't make sense for them the 5th-year option. Jayden, you already know he's the franchise quarterback, so don't even play them games. We learned with Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
So are we going to go back down that same rabbit hole that we went with Kirk Cousins and then end up getting screwed in the long run, or are we going to just be smart about it? Like, I get it. Everybody wants Terry back. I want Terry back. And I'm on record saying that if he has the season he had last year, this year, he is a top 5 receiver in this league. But just like all of the pundits on every channel you look at, you go on YouTube, you scroll up and down the feed. What was they saying before a month ago? Because I watched all of them. They were saying Jayden Daniels is not an elite quarterback yet because they need to see it again. Now all of a sudden, this last 30 days or so, we're getting closer to training camp. Now he's already there or whatever. Everybody been saying, but so that's the same thing. Like with Terry, like crack 1,400 yards, give me 10 touchdowns, and I'll say that you're a top 5 receiver in this league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because we got to. There was a lot of injuries and stuff last year. A lot of these receivers fell off. CeeDee Lamb, some of these top receivers that was in that upper echelon wasn't there because they had subpar years. So Terry got denied and got pushed up. But let's see what happens this year. So that's my take on that.
Yeah,
and that's a good point too. Oh, my bad. Oh, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just back to the comment section quickly. None of us up here, we all agree that Terry McLaurin is a top 15 receiver. Even me personally, but before this year started, and last year, I felt like he was top 15. I'm fighting to this day to put him top 10. People look at me sideways when I put him in the top 10 because I personally myself would take Terry McLaurin over Nico Collins and Amon Ra. But obviously, if you feel differently, that's cool. But here's the comment that, again, here we go. These guys don't know ball simply just because that kills me. That kills me, man. But I personally think.
But not to cut you off, Juan, I apologize. But what the thing is that they don't like when people tell the truth. You got to be honest and tell the truth. Like, fuck the glazing. Like, yeah, we're all fans of the team, but you got to keep that shit up. Keep that shit a buck. Call it down the middle. Call it down the middle, good, bad, or indifferent. If we fucked up, we fucked up. If we not, we not. If we great, we great. Like, you can't glaze and make these players better than what they are, and this, that, and the third. Because barbershop conversation, these arguments ain't gonna stand the fuck up. So what y'all saying with these Twitter fingers and shit, that shit don't stand up in an argument, a verbal debate with football people that talk football. I'm not gonna even say nobody don't know football, but really talk football. I'm pretty sure some of us, and I'm not even trying to glaze and make it seem like we're just these football aficionados, but I can tell y'all some shit right now, like in football, and y'all be like, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't know what the fuck that is. I've never heard of that before. Like, come on, the X's and O's of it. Like, okay, you watch football on TV. That don't mean you know fucking football for real, for real. Do you know scheme? Do you know coverage? Do you really know, like,
terminology?
Terminology. Exactly. So, like, but we don't be on that. But I'm just saying, like, having your opinion, that don't mean you don't know ball. That just means my opinion different than yours. But call that shit down the middle. Keep it a stat. Don't lie. Like, cause like I had a coach back when I used to play. He used to always say, the eye in the sky never lies. The eye in the sky never lies. That film ain't gonna lie to you.
Film
ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna tell you, you're gonna see what you thought you saw. Just go look at it. My bad, Juan.
No, you good, John. You can take it away.
Alrighty. I was gonna say this Terry in the top 10 conversation. I mean, I touched on this with Juan, with Josh, with Ed, with the crew like 2 years ago on a live stream. And I recently watched, I forget which podcast it was on, and they were saying the conversation in terms of, is Kobe Bryant a top 10 player? And the former player said he's right there at that 11-12 spot on the outside looking in. That's why I got Terry. I got Terry right at that 11 spot. I love Terry. I want him to be top 10. I want him to be top 5. There's at least 8 to 10 wide receivers in the league that most casual football fans would take, football aficionados would take, and I would bet 10 to 1 we would take over Terry if we were restarting our own franchises. Malik, based on age and projection, I might take Malik Neighbors over Terry if we're going on rebuilding a franchise, because he's 24. Terry's 30. What is and Z, help me out here. What is the old Madden, curse in games? Once running backs hit 30, their value decreases in terms of ratings and whatnot. When we talk about
overall
speeds
drop.
Exactly. You can make a case when it comes to some of these positions like wide receiver, like corners, like safeties. In real life, That's what happens. Look at the Jalen Ramsey, Minkah Fitzpatrick trade right now. I am a football fan. I like knowing things about every little team, and these three probably hate me for it because I could go on a rant all day. It makes no sense to trade a 28-year-old safety, Pro Bowl safety, because you're coming off his contract for all pro for a 30 to 31-year-old cornerback who should be playing safety like his name is not Landon Collins because he's gotten Burton beaten in Miami like they're playing in cold weather. Oh, you want a Jonnu Smith? Cool. I'm going to trade for Darren Waller, a retired rap artist not named Antonio Brown, because he doesn't want to play New York.
He don't want to play New York. Shout out to Darren Waller. That's the reason why he really retired, bro. He about to come back and fry. I'm sorry. He just
that whole
fry what, fish? What's he frying?
Like I'm about to get hot. I'm about to get heated because I'm sitting here stewing, thinking about what you said, Juan. The comment about he doesn't have a true number two. What?
Mm-mm.
What? Brian Thomas Jr. came in the league, turned the fuck up. Malik Neighbors came in the league, turned the fuck. What? Where's the twos? De'Ami Brown went there to be the number two before Travis Hunter. So who did they have last year? Mistake me. Was it Ridley?
Really?
Calvin Ridley?
He was the number two last year.
He was supposed to be the number one.
Christian Kirk was hurt, so
yes, had it been
really was supposed to be the number one.
Mm-hmm.
That argument don't stand up. Like he didn't have a number two. So you telling me I need somebody in order for me to be good? So Terry's the X receiver. Terry's the X receiver. Most of the time, the X receiver lies up on the weak side of the field, right? So that's all your one-on-one shots is on that side of the field, away from the strength. They're not really scheming him open. That's their one-on-one guy. So you can't win them. You can't win them battles. Terry gets a lot of 50-50 balls. He comes down with it, but a lot of times Terry gets his ass shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah,
love Terry. He needs to get paid. I want him on this team. He's my number one wide receiver. But I'm just saying, call a spade a spade.
I think Terry McLaurin, this is kind of where the divide comes in. Me personally, I think a lot of what Terry McLaurin gets the ball thrown to him, 9 times out of 10, it's completed pass, right?
Yeah.
But as you alluded to with the weak side, Jayden Daniels, we already went through this whole thing. Jayden Daniels being right-handed, Terry's on the left. That whole, situation.
It took him like 3 weeks to get into it.
Yeah, back to your point. Oh, and this kind of adding on to your point where you say he needs to get paid, but he needs to perform and be better. My biggest fear for this season, and I think it's going to happen regardless. When Terry McLaurin gets paid, he can. The standard has changed. He can no longer. Y'all getting on his back now about going silent some games, going silent this game, not been they're going to absolutely. I'm saying it now. Fans are going that are defending Terry McLaurin to death right now. They're going to turn on him by week 3 if he does not. And I don't say week 3, any week. If he does not perform any week, all these people that are hoorah down our back, that's not overly glazing Terry and just kind of be real, they're going to simply turn on him because they're like, dude, where's this production that we're paying you this money for?
Mm-hmm.
And that's my biggest fear because I don't want that to happen. But he has to. Every week is now, you got to give me at least 85 yards minimum.
It's the same. It's the same that happens because we've fallen victim to it. Allen, Payne, Haynesworth. Every time we pay someone, I mean, Haynesworth was a free agent, but I'll stick to Payne and Allen. Every time we pay a in-house drafted from the former regime player, and we pay them off a contract year, because let's call it what it is. Although Terry's got 1 more left, this was his contract year, if we want to call it that. The bed next season they turned into Albert Haynesworth.
The only thing I say to that though is I don't think I'll say to that is Terry got paid before and he still produced. So Terry ain't. We don't got to worry about Terry doing that. But I get your point. But Terry, we ain't got to worry about Terry not, you know what I'm saying, falling off completely. But what I'm saying is a lot of the, all right, Terry, it's cool. Terry, like what I'm saying. Terry McLaurin, a lot of his production that he didn't get, put on paper was because he was on a weak side of the field and Jayden's right-handed. I can get away with that now because 1, he's not making a whole lot of money, and 2, that has some validity to it. But y'all ain't gonna hear that shit come October 1. I ain't trying to hear he was lined up on the left side, Jayden's right hand. He getting $35 million a year. His ass better perform somewhat.
Yeah.
So Yeah, man. We
But
got a
to
Cowboys
that
fan here.
point, Juan, I
Mhm.
do think that Terry, you haven't said this. I'm not. So don't take it what I'm about to say wrong.
Mhm.
Terry lived up to his last contract. When he got his contract extension, he lived up to that contract extension. But to
Right.
your point about him, he has to take it to the next level.
Oh
You
yeah,
have
for
to
sure.
be solidify yourself in that top 5 role. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You're going to be getting paid as a top 10, top 5-ish, top 5-ish wide receiver in this league. You had to
Mhm.
take your game to that level. And that's what I'm saying. If he does
Mhm.
have another season like last year, but with maybe 200 to 300 more yards, then
Mhm.
that conversation will change with Terry around the league
Yeah.
as being a true bona fide, one of the biggest dogs when it comes to wide receiver.
Mhm.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. I'll say this and we'll move on. I just did the quick math real quick. If Terry McLaurin averages 70 yards a game, right? And we all want to say that that's a lot of yardage, but but people do it. If he averages 70 yards a game for all 17 games, because he had 3 games where he was shut out completely. If he averaged 70 a game, he would be 10 yards shy of 1,200 yards. He'd be 1,190. You think Terry can't go out and put 125, 130 yards a game? Because I guarantee you, one of these games he's going to have 100 plus. So now you've added more. But if he has 3 games where he's shut out, I can't wait for the fans, like Juan said, to turn this into a shrimp boil.
Yeah, and I'm not praying for that at all. I
No.
just know how fans are. Fans are very
Mm-hmm. Or fickle.
reactive, in the moment, and that's why it's kind of hard that that they don't understand what we're coming from. Is because
Mm-hmm.
we're talking like this in July because we haven't seen, what I'm
Right.
saying, it again. But like I said, for me personally, I think Terry's inside the top 10, but I'm willing to say he's 11, 12, or 13 because of I
Mm-hmm.
know there are other guys around him. But I'm fighting for that. So for the people that believe he's just on that level of Cheddars and Chase, it's kind of just I feel like it's hometown biasness that's truly taken over because had he not played for the Commanders, it probably wouldn't even be
It wouldn't be a
entertaining that
conversation.
kind of conversation. You feel me?
Nope.
But we gotta take some time just to read the comments because I think that's something that we should just do a little bit more of,
Mm-hmm.
just read the comments as we go.
You're not
I
good
got
people.
Tyus. Shout out my guy Tyus. Jarrell Ross. This is a new name I haven't seen. Shout out to you. He says, "Hi, Broncos fan here. I have some
Saw that.
devastating news. Um, one of our players from my team suffered a spinal cord injury. He'll miss the entire season. I wonder who that is. Hopefully it isn't nobody like super, super important to your team because
No,
I
I'm
do
looking it
think
up real quick.
it'll be a really good team this year if no, I haven't seen anything, so let's see. 29 a year is cool. I think I see, and that's the thing. Like that's why I say it comes to a point where it's either pay him this much amount of money, or some people are either saying trade him or kind of lowball him. I think 29. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm starting. I feel like I'm giving a benefit of the doubt because I'm starting it with 31 mil or something like that, 31.5.
Mm-hmm.
Optimal Focus says 31, 35, 33 mil easily. And we all agreed to that. So I don't even know your next comment kind of that makes sense saying we didn't know ball if we were kind of on the same page in terms of how much we should pay him. KZH says Terry was a top 15 receiver. He now is a top 10 easily, but yeah, 30 or 33 million. That's it. I think he'll be okay with low 30s. Yeah. And then Rudy, my guy Rudy says my
Rudy.
Cowboys are world beaters. The
What is this,
Cowboys let
Minecraft?
Washington the Cowboys let Washington win last year's game.
Oh, okay, Rudy. All right.
Um,
I didn't realize 7 and 10 was world beaters. All right, cool. All right,
Shout
remind
out
me
to
how
Rudy.
January for y'all. Shout out to Rudy, but how January go for y'all? I remember Cancun was nice and cold.
Here, Rudy, I'll tell you this. We're better than you all. You probably will finish third in the division. But I'm not finished with y'all because we still ain't beat Dak Prescott. So you still got that on us, okay? I mean, we have beaten him before, but you know what I mean. Like we haven't beaten him like how I want to beat him.
Like
So,
consistently.
yes, I still pause. God damn, that sound. I
Wait,
just
damn.
I just realized that. I'm good thing y'all ain't. I exposed myself because I think I was gonna
Mm.
slide, but it just sounded crazy. Anyways, Yeah, Rudy, I'll give you that one. Kevin says, would you trade Terry for Watt in a second? I
All right, here
would,
we go.
and go get a vet like Cooper when outside. Hell no, I would not
No,
entertain that. And I'm glad we
because it
leave. Go ahead,
because
John.
that
You
trade
can
would go
take
the
over.
other way. That trade would go the other way. It'd be Terry in a second for TJ. Let's be honest here. You want to talk about like, the mark of consistency? It'd be TJ that would be worth the second round pick.
I wouldn't even do that in to begin
Mm-mm.
with, in terms of for a couple of reasons. One, and this kind of carries over to the next segment of talk about trade rumors circulating. I wouldn't do that because, for one, edge is really important, and TJ Watt would be a damn good player. Do not get me wrong,
Mm-mm.
but for one, can he play all 17 games? He's 32. He'll be 31 years old. 31, I think, currently. Um, he's gonna want a lot of money too. He's in the same predicament as
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin.
Terry.
And then two, we have signed a vet like Cooper. We're saying that, like, at this point, Amari Cooper's on the Terry McLaurin's level. That's disrespectful, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, to just go from Terry McLaurin to Cooper
To
to
Amari
Amari
Cooper.
Cooper at this point, I would be disappointed. I would be freaking pissed, because what the heck? At that
Yeah,
point,
no.
pay him 40 million. I'd rather pay him
Mm-mm.
40 million than
Yeah.
rely on a vet like Amari Cooper at this point of his career. And I only way, and I don't want to trade Terry because he's my favorite player, bro. I love Terry. But the only way I would entertain that is if we're trading, like kind of how we did with what the Steelers did. They did a DB for a DB. I only do that
They
if
don't
we're
have
going a
one right
receiver
there.
for a receiver. But there's not many that I'm willing to trade for, in
Mm-mm.
terms of his age bracket. That's going to make sense. 'Cause someone said, Juan, would the Cardinals trade
Marv?
Marv Harrison for Terry McLaurin? And I'm like, no, they wouldn't
No.
do that. You know, is Terry McLaurin better than Marvin Harrison at this point? Yes, but it's solely based off of the upside. And he got drafted with the 4th overall pick. Like,
Pick
they're not going to
versus
give up on him like
third
that.
round.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
trade rumors for me. I don't want to trade Terry. I'd much rather pay Terry this ridiculous amount of money that we assume is kind of high, opposed to trade him. Because at this point, I should say, regardless of how we're bickering about his money, we need him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't go
We
to
do.
war without him. So no, I wouldn't trade him for
No.
nothing at all. What says
Mm-mm.
you, Z? Or John, if you want to go.
I would not trade Terry for that trade they just sent. And it's kind of hard to say what I would trade him for. You know what I mean? It's because realistically, we wouldn't get what we believe that he's worth. So either way, I feel like if you were to trade him, yeah, like you're gonna feel like you lost the
Right.
trade,
Mm-hmm.
especially that first year. To probably take, especially if it's like a young wide receiver or if it's a high pick and then you got to draft a receiver, whatever. Going to
Yep.
take time to kind of fill that void. So yeah, I don't see a realistic trade for Terry.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a realistic trade right now. I've heard. I don't know if y'all know the channel. Like, it's like Commanders Chat Sports or something. I'm a call it the smoke. They put out a video like 5 trade, rumors that they would do. Like Patriots for Diggs and some picks. It'd be Quentin Johnson for Terry and some picks. It
Oh, hell
was
no.
the Raiders for like their high second and their high third. It was San Fran for like Ayuk and some change. I was like, I want to know what kind of narcotic y'all get, because I would love to indulge, because
Why?
they got, I don't know what high they on, what energy they got, because I need some of that energy, because we're not trading Terry. If you want to talk about pieces that are unmovable on this team, it's Deron Payne's contract, and then it's Terry McLaurin.
Wait, hold on,
that,
John. Pause.
what?
You didn't say nothing.
What?
You didn't say nothing like sus. But why would you want to be on that kind of Quentin Johnson?
Because I want to know what they seeing. I want to know what they thinking.
Quentin Johnston, bro.
I
That
need
right
I
there,
need to
I
see
would
what
have cut
they
the
on.
video off. I would have cut the video off there.
I need to see what they
Yeah.
on.
And then
I want
Las
to know. I want to know
Vegas.
their thought process.
You said Las Vegas for draft picks. You can't even throw me Jacoby Myers in that
Mm-mm.
deal.
I want
Like,
to
what are
know
we
what
talking
I
about?
want to know what
Oh
they
no.
seeing and what they thinking, because
There's
they on that
nobody.
narcotic.
There's nobody that I would trade Terry McLaurin for at this point. So I
Mm-mm.
don't even know why we're having this conversation. I
Mm-mm.
guess we have to, because
Mm-hmm.
they're
We have
technically
to.
we haven't paid them, so teams will probably try to swoop in. But
They'll be calling.
I don't see Terry McLaurin getting traded.
No. And I'll say this lastly. Jonesy the Tattoos artist, the comment right here, said it best. I feel like so many forget Terry's off the field value.
We don't.
People might. We don't. We even speed on that every time. The biggest thing you can say about Terry, if you want to talk about drama, is when he goes fishing. What, he's in Italy right now enjoying his life with his wife? Like what are we talking about here? The moment the big camp starts and besides Juan topping out, I guess, by the time training camp starts, he's paid and he's in the building. He was at phase 1 and phase 2 on his contract here. So what are we talking about? People forget his off the field. We don't. I don't know where Juan went. He must have been done with me, I guess. I don't know what's happening. There we go.
God damn it, John, you still talking. All right, y'all, I'll be back. I tried to show the comment.
I'm liking this new little battle between y'all two the last couple weeks. Because it ain't just me and Z no more. I'm starting to like it. We got to get the people what they want.
This right here is J on J violence.
Realistically, I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to show the comment on the screen, and I ended up hitting leave studio. But I don't know.
We know what you were doing. We know what you're doing.
Hey, quick little sidebar. All of our names start with J. I just realized that. Well,
technically,
officially, yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I fit in there yet.
Respect.
Take it. But yeah, let me see if I can put it up on the screen.
Watt is a top 10 player. I feel like JD5 makes wide receiver better. Last 2 seasons, healthy, played all games.
But do you understand? This is
I went to the restroom, I had to use the bathroom, and I came back and I hear y'all talking about trades. I don't even want to talk because he's not getting traded, bro. Like, why we like? I get it. They got to talk about something, but Terry McLaurin is the last person that's going to get traded from this organization. If they trade this organization, you know what they're going to say? You think they eat us up in comments or say stuff about us? You know what they're going to say about Adam Peters and them? That is not going to happen.
Shout out to Kev, because your comment, this is a good comment. I'm not bashing you or nothing. I appreciate it for commenting on our show. But thank you, because you literally just proved the point that I came on air. There's no middle ground. You see how we just was going back and forth with some fans that were saying we don't know what we're talking about because we're not placing Terry this high. Now we have a fan that's talking about trading them for so and so and why we should go. Reedie, they say trade Terry and start and pick up Amari Cooper. You know how furious I would be if that. Like, what are we talking about?
I'd be pissed we go from Ohio State to Clemson wide receivers. Like, you kidding me? I would trade Amari Cooper for Brian Hartline, the coach.
The only way I would say trade Terry is if we're going to get some of this young talent that's on the rise. What? And then that's even a reach, like Z said, because it's going to be like we're going to feel like we lost in the first couple years or whatever, unless they really turn up. Now, they're saying trade Terry for Malik Neighbors. Absolutely.
Oh, without a doubt.
Brian Thomas
Jr. Absolutely.
But, anything else? The pass rusher train has left a long time ago. So it's good. We just might as well just get used to what it's going to be. We might get one of these Z guys like a Von Miller, or it's going to be a by committee situation. And we'll readdress pass rusher next season, unless they're going to trade for somebody in season. But it ain't going to be. It'll probably only person I see leaving this roster probably is Payne. But with his contract, I doubt it.
Shout out to Durham B. He says we only chatting about Terry because there's nothing else to talk about for it. And that's really what it is. That's really what it is. But could you put up the comment by Smith too? He says with this stunt he's pulled, I think he might have lost any chance of being a lifetime commie. He might long term contract, but the F out might have other ideas. The FO might have other ideas, and his replacement is already in motion.
Where's my bet?
I don't think he's pulling no type of stunt. That's the thing.
So hold on. Let me address this. Yeah. So today on Instagram, Terry puts up the post of him in Italy, but did y'all listen to the words in the song?
Yeah, it was a little Uzi.
So if you put two and two together, what was it, Z?
I don't remember exactly.
Something about getting paid and
yeah. Oh, you talking about the song? I know what song you're
yeah,
talking about.
with
Yeah.
the lyrics of the song.
The way life goes about Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So like the subliminal, they're saying it's a subliminal message to the team because of the words in the song. So is that what we're talking about? A stunt he pulled? What stunt did he pull? He ain't pull no stunt. I mean, he doing what he's supposed to do. Not coming to. I wouldn't if it was you or me, I wouldn't be there either. If I'm trying to get paid, he doing what he's supposed to do.
It's what Hendrickson's doing. It's what Watt's doing. It's what Parsons is doing. It's happening all over the league.
It's what Shamar Stewart is doing. And he should.
Shamar Stewart.
He shouldn't even be doing.
He shouldn't.
He should.
I mean, granted, but I think the Bengals are the only team with the injury guarantee. That's why I'll give them a pass on that. But
Debo will have more yards than Terry.
Stop it. Are we talking all purpose or are we talking passing?
If you talk all purpose, I can see that. But if we're talking in terms of passing,
no.
Let me see.
Terry is still top 15. I put him in the top 10 conversation.
Yeah, I do too.
He's probably like six, maybe 7-ish.
I fight tooth and nail every day about that because Nico. I do not care what nobody say. Nico Collins is not better than Terry McLaurin. Nico is a hell of a player. It's not better than Terry McLaurin. Pure receiver.
I agree.
Ross St. Brown is not better than Terry McLaurin. Does he have more production? Of course, because look at how he used and you can't knock the production. So if you want to put him over Terry because of that, but pure talent, pure receiver, give me Ross St. Brown, and give me Terry. And that's to Reedie said a few weeks ago. Puka damn good, but if we can't put JD5 at number 5 because of only 1 year, you got to do that with Puka Nacua too.
They gotta wait.
Now, someone did say, well, Juan, if you do the math, before he got hurt, he was on pace for another, 1,400 yards season because he got hurt and he was averaging so-and-so yards per game, which is another point. But, hey, shit, I could easily say we don't know that because we didn't see it. So,
it ain't happening yet.
Yeah. But, yeah, we could probably move on to the uniforms. And I'm going to kick it to Z. Because he got a very quick explanation for it. He already expressed his feelings towards these uniforms. And as kind of hyped everyone is, I was kind of, a little hyped about it too. But when I came on, I was going to say that. But I'll start it off by saying this first. Washington will plan to unveil alternate uniforms July 9th. And it's funny because we've been talking about it for months now, for weeks now, I should say, about what these uniforms should be or what should be. But as to Z alluded to, I'll let him say what he had to say. But I got a feeling, fellas, we're gonna be disappointed. I really do. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a change that we're expecting, or at least something super fire how we're expecting. But I will say this, and I'll let Z go, and everyone else can kick it off. With this being the new alternate uniform, does this kiss these goodbye, or is this an add-on to like a fourth uniform?
It's probably going to be kissing them goodbye, is what I would assume. If anything, I think because I was listening to Rio, I was seeing what Josh was putting out, seeing what others were putting out, and I got the post from George Carmi from Lake Louis Jr. I can share the screen real quick if y'all want me to. With what he was saying. No. Oh no, we can touch on this real quick. I got the person on the other screen. They took all the filters and they maxed the contrast, the brightness, and it looks like it's going to be a new white jersey, similar to what Sean T is wearing in that photo. God rest his soul. To where if you want to go back to something basic, back to represent the past. People solidify that style of it's the white, it's the red collar, it's the 2-stripe sleeve with ST. That's what people think. Now the helmet's gonna be on the alternate side. I think based on people doing this and kind of what other people have been saying, I think it's going to be the white jersey that gets the alternate, not the blacks. But some of us could be saying this. Other people are saying differently, where it's going to be the blacks are going to get retooled for the alternate, and the helmets are going with the black jersey. So I can pull this article real quick. I just wanted to get that sense out the way.
While you pull that up, I do want to say, so someone simply just brightened the picture that they used and saw that and said,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God
It was.
damn, are we too invested? No,
We
I'm
might be.
playing, but like,
We might
God,
be.
oh
That
no,
shit,
man.
that
Yeah.
like realistically, like all this hype, and if it turns out to be those fucking white jerseys, like
Mm-hmm.
who gives a shit? I
Yeah.
said it last week. Like
Ooh.
I am not hyped about these jerseys because it's like all of our previous jerseys, all of our jerseys has been mediocre is what the
Mm-hmm.
term I used last week.
Yeah.
Mediocre. Like
Yep.
to me, the best jersey we got is the black. And a lot of people don't even like that. So
Mhm.
I mean, the burgundy that we have now is mid. The white is my second
It's I.
favorite
Yeah.
of the three. So I mean, it's just like, and they can be better. Like all of our jerseys in the history of this fucking team has been mid. Well, let me backtrack. The one with the spear, the burgundy one that they keep
Why do
showing.
y'all hate? Why do y'all
That
like
was
that jersey?
that
Hated
one. That one was cool. But still, all that shit is mid. Like we've never had a like that jersey. So to be so pressed to get back to this old look, I'm unintrigued.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say this though, the burgundy on yellow, that
Yeah,
should be
like
the home
the combo,
jerseys.
yeah, the combo, yes,
Yeah,
but the jersey itself, that
itself.
shit's trash.
I'm, I'm a
Yeah.
black guy. I'm a black guy for sure. Uh, I mean, we even talked about it last week, right? I mean, I think you just alluded to it. Like, looking back at our Redskins jerseys, them Jones was pretty
Mm-hmm.
mid too. The later
Kind
ones,
of
like the
kind of basic.
2018, the 2018, like 19,
Mm-hmm.
those are kind of mid as well. But I think people are more so just fixated on the whole name thing, attaching it to it.
Yeah.
But we haven't had like a true, like legit fire jersey probably since 2012, maybe.
And it's been a
Um,
minute.
maybe 2015 with the homecoming, coming back. You
Mm-hmm.
like that game, but like if it ain't nothing along those lines, that's how I feel. If it ain't nothing like completely different, I probably won't be like super, super like, oh my god, these joints are crazy. But if it's something
Yeah.
like that where it's just completely different, like I ain't gonna lie, and this may sound different. I mean, like a little off. But the way I would be super ecstatic about New Jerseys if it's something like, say, if I wasn't a Commanders fan and I would turn the game on, I'd be like, damn, who is that? Oh, those the Commanders. I couldn't even tell because the uniforms look. If it's something like
Mm-hmm.
that, I would be like, oh no, that's fire. Like, because I didn't even know those was the Commanders. Like, that's something when I think of
Yeah.
alternate, that's what I think of. Like, super different. Like, don't get me wrong, it's probably not way different, but Minnesota all whites, I don't know them for like that kind of look. I don't know
The
Green Bay
colorway,
for
no.
that. I don't know Green Bay for a white helmet. Green Bay's only had one helmet since I've ever
Mm-hmm.
seen them play. That's like, hold on, who is that? Oh,
Yeah.
that's fire. If it's Cincinnati, the white, oh my god, the white tiger helmet with the
They
that is like,
it's become their own.
oh my god, that is so sexy, bro.
Yeah.
If it's something like that, that's when I'll be cool. But I think we will be let down. I think it's gonna be something
Probably.
super small. What if it's just like something removing the W off the helmet, bro?
Off
Yeah,
off
like
off the
nah,
forehead.
I think,
Yeah.
or if they bring back one of them old jerseys and change Redskins to Commanders or to Washington or something, it's just like okay.
Be disappointed. Yeah. So looking at this article, they're saying the fans are clamoring for alternate jerseys that reflect the team's grit and swagger while nodding its storied history. I want to know who wrote this article because why are they using grit and swagger when they say these uniforms? We just want something different. Alternates may feature darker tones, potential matte helmet accents, no thank you, and a sleeker, streamlined font, possibly making it one of the most visually striking uniforms in the league. It's going to be striking, all right, man. Might not be for the good reasons. And then for the second point, although it's not going to be confirmed, quote unquote leaks had pointed to a modern black base uniform with burgundy and gold trim, similar to their salute to servers at Thursday Night Football. So like the black alternate Juan got on. And then it's chatter saying they're going to resemble a uniform like the early 90s and 80s. Bobby Gould is saying maybe they go to the Burgundy like this, although that ain't happening. Like this article
This is
it's a
written by Lake Lewis.
yeah. So I love Lake. I love Lake Lewis Jr. This article, I'm sorry, Lake. Yeah, you can roast me for this. It feels like a whole lot of nothing right now. Like it just doesn't. It's everything we've all been saying. Just like, oh, it's probably gonna be about the black alternates. Well, they're not into the history while producing some grit and swagger for this team. Blake, what are we doing? But July 9th, we got 1 week until these new jerseys come out. It'll probably be like a 2:00 reveal. So we'll post it separately and then we'll talk about it on next week's episode. But coming July 9th, either Twitter's gonna blow up in a Commander's chaos, as Juan has put it, or we're all gonna be like, and Terry's got his contract. Cool. All right, real news time.
What if that's whole time? What if that was that, bro? I feel like they know what they doing, bro. What if that was their way of getting the attention all on us for that day, getting us kind of riled up because we know the day, July 9th. What if that's the day they dropped the news about Terry and this was like the plan all along? Like I feel like that's why a part of me
Terry debuts the jersey.
Yeah, like a part of me feels like that, like this whole contract.
You might be on to something, John.
That whole
that's one. That's one.
That whole well, you get the credit too, John. You the one, you know what
John
I'm
and Juan.
saying? But like that part of me, that's why I feel like, man, this whole they're far off by Adam Schefter talking about the contract thing quickly, just like it kind of makes you feel like, man, what if like whole time they already got it figured out? They're just like strategically waiting because they don't have to announce it at this point. It's not like it's you know what I mean? And then like they said, Reedie said he posted something on Instagram. It looked like he's in Italy or whatever, and Magic Johnson's in Italy. Magic Johnson's in Italy as well. We know how tight they are. Like, yeah, man, I feel like they know what they're doing. Tuesday might be a huge day in the Commanders world, for either the contract or the uniforms. But quickly as we'll close onto the uniform thing, I think I'm not gonna say we'll be let down, but I think it's just gonna be like these songs all right. Cool.
All of our hopes and expectations are up here. It's probably gonna meet somewhere down here.
I really don't have expectations for the jerseys. Well, I think
I'm talking about fans.
Okay, yeah. I'm
like Twitter fans are up here. Like as much as I want that 75th anniversary spear and whatnot, and y'all roasted me in the comments on Twitter and whatnot, I know damn well I ain't getting my hopes and wishes. It's why it's called a wish.
Right.
I ain't getting it. So I can have my expectations up here, and it's right here, and I'm gonna come here on Wednesday saying I was wrong. My expectations were too high, like Cowboys fans. And we move on.
Right. But yeah. So moving on to the next segment. Training camp dates, which I am pissed off about right now. But I can't be mad at nobody but myself. So this allowed me to quickly vent and rant right quick. So my whole plan, I was geeking too. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get out. I've never been to training camp too, bro. I don't Ashburn, bro. That it's out the way.
Me neither.
I'm sorry. I know you can hop on the Silver Line and go over to Ashburn. That's out the way, bro. I'm sorry.
It's a hike.
But I was geeking. I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a little setup where I'm gonna stream, try to mingle with everybody, just streaming the whole event. I don't even know if you can. You probably can't bring in cameras, but I was gonna have a little setup. And I was geeking, bro. I get up this morning, get the sort of tickets was on SeatGeek, but I had to come with somebody so I can kind of have someone as my cameraman. And I was waiting for him to text me back. He sends me the time. All right, boom, I can go this day. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get him. But my dumb self thinking like they were just gonna be there later. I didn't think I would have to just snag them right then and there. So then I go back, boom, it say all sold out for every day. So I'm like, God damn. So I'm heated, but I can't be mad at nobody but myself because I should have just got them when they first dropped. And I saw them. But it looks like your man Juan Gotti won't be at training camp. So
well, hold on. Slow your roll, Juan. Slow your roll. You got guys like Joe. Before I say this, John, did you get any?
Nope.
You got
So,
your brother. You got your brothers Reedie and Zee. We be on stuff like this. So
well, yeah.
for
Shout
the
out to y'all. I also got to
for the
Yeah.
add in quickly, but my man Tone too. Tone
No.
PSN Pro Tech is a real one. Cause
Yeah.
when I went to him and told him my situation, he like got you potentially,
yeah
hopefully.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, but yeah,
Hopefully.
I just wanted.
Well the 27th I got tickets to. I think Reedy snagged some for that day. We both got some for the 28th. The second well, no, Reedy snagged some for the 29th, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Reedy snagged the 29th. I snagged the 27th. We both got some for the 28th. So those 3 days we got like seats each.
And then the military appreciation day, I can get
If
tickets for that probably.
military appreciation is August 10th.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the Sunday.
Looking at the schedule though, again, like kind of going back to it, it made me realize how few times fans actually get to see the fellas in training camp.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I always thought it was an all summer thing, but it's like, nah,
Mm-mm.
you really, and then I never been season ticket holders. I know you guys could probably allude to this, but like the days for where it's just season ticket holders, is it like very like a small group? So it's kind of better if you're like really trying to lock in opposed to the 27th where it's like
It's
everybody.
it's not like a small group. It is lesser people than the general day.
Mhm.
Because like on that day they have buses and everything. I mean, if you don't catch the season ticket parking, you got to park at like a mall.
Mm-hmm.
And they catch buses over. And it'd be crowded.
Mm.
But on a season ticket day, it's less people, but
Still
I
quite
mean,
a
it's
bit.
still kind of a great amount of people though.
Mhm.
And I mean, you get a little bit more arm room, you get to move
Mm-hmm.
around, but they are strict. Well, last year they had, they was holding like when you sit in the stands, they putting up signs, please don't record, all this, put your
Yep.
phones away, stuff like that. So I was basically like sitting all the way at the top of the stands, just kind of, sneaking my phone out, recording what I can and stuff like that. But they are strict on, they don't want you recording, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, recording the plays and things of that nature. But I
Which
mean,
makes sense.
today and the phones and people, how far people go, it makes sense. But Reedy and I was talking about earlier because Grant Paulson kind of put out a tweet compared to previous years. The Redskins, we used to have like 2 days, and you can go to training camp like a whole week, pick a day, and just show up. Where these days it's limited. But again, the big difference is back then you didn't have all them phones and shit like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely experienced like the 2 days, and what I mean, going early, wait and grab lunch,
Yeah.
then go back. Me and Reedy went on like a military day. We kind of had like a little VIP treatment before.
Nice.
So it's I mean, we got a good feel for them all, but training camp be lit though. It definitely be lit. And last year, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough with this year to go like I was going last year, but last year I was literally like waking up like, yeah, I'm about to head up there, Reedy. I had just hit a 66 and go straight up there. I was there like 3 4 days, well, like 3 days consecutively, just
Yep.
trying to
Committed.
Oh,
get
Oh,
footage
Z,
and
you
locked in.
was on the beat, huh?
Yeah, I
You
was.
was on the beat.
Yeah, that's how I met Linnell. Introduced myself to Linnell and all that. Just trying to capture
Mm-hmm.
and be in the mix.
Yeah,
I
training
seen
camp.
Josh Taylor was up there last year when
Yep.
me and Reedy
JT.
went too.
That's
Yeah,
when we met Jalen
Oh yeah.
yeah,
last year.
yeah, yeah.
Up there. So
Man,
like yeah,
I
training
actually
camp
met
is a good
Rio and Tone like the year before that too.
yeah. So like training
Yeah,
camp is a good like especially for us like
Greatest.
commander podcasters and stuff like that for us to link up. And it's like you'd be surprised, like people really be knowing who we are. Like you think that like we don't really have a reach, but we like these fans really be knowing us. Like they stop us at the games all the time. Reedie and Zee, oh yeah, man, I listen to y'all. Da, 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 woo, woo, woo.
yeah. We was in
And
Atlanta one year, and they knew
even
us.
like
Yeah,
the national media, like they be knowing. So it's just like
Hey.
that's a good time to kind of plug with them and like try to like shoot your shot to get them on your shows and stuff like that. So training camp is a great opportunity all around, just like a networking opportunity.
But my
Yeah, for
man,
sure.
without access and shop, man, so like I wasn't even gonna go and record the field. I was gonna record like me. Like
Hmm.
they still
Like
gonna be
vlog
on
it.
that. Like they still gonna
Nah,
be
you can do
thinking,
that. You can do
okay,
that with your phone because most of the time when you record yourself, you mixing with the fans. You know what I mean? And you down on the sideline stuff like that. But like when they running plays and stuff like that, that's when they more so hold up the signs like put your phone away.
Okay.
cool, noted.
I mean
That's
that
gonna
makes sense
be
though.
hot out there. So
Oh,
It do be hot.
bring
It do
you a
be hot.
towel. Be
It
sweating
do be
your ass.
hot.
mm-hmm.
Man,
Like I live down here in Hampton Roads, hot as a motherfucker right now. I can't imagine Ashburn.
Hampton
Yeah.
Roses, that's Hampton VA. Hampton VA.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. This is
okay.
like Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach,
Damn, you
Suffolk.
out
Like
the way. I thought you was
I
like,
Yeah,
am
it's like 3 hours away.
I am. When I say I go to ODU, I go to ODU. I am down here. Yeah, that's why I be going to the games like once every 2 years.
Yeah, I can't wait for my
that's
man John
crazy.
to come in town. I was telling Z that the other day. I said, man, I can't wait for John to come. The game he's coming. I ain't gonna put the game
Hey,
you coming. Pause. That sounded really weird. Hey, watch.
Nah, look, I was chilling
That
today,
sounded
bro.
really weird though. Like,
come
all jokes
on, man.
aside though, but I ain't gonna put that
Yeah.
out there. But I'm just saying, Diddy he got exonerated
He did.
today.
He did.
It's a little weird time.
we
It's
need, we need,
crazy.
we need, we need a soundboard, man. We need a
I do not
soundboard.
condone. This is
Yo,
Z from
I
Reedie
got
and
one.
Zee.
I
I
need to
don't
load the
condone any Diddy
I
talk.
need to load, I need to load them up. Pause. What?
Wow.
Oh, hit that
Wow.
Hey,
soundboard,
Oh
man.
my
hey.
god.
Yeah, like just
Hit that
Oh
soundboard,
my
man.
god.
wow.
That's
He
disgusting.
need, he need to load them up. It's crazy.
Wow.
Oh
Hey, yo, I
man.
can't even.
Diabolical.
That is diabolical. That's
Wow.
disgusting.
A sidebar I wanted to add on about
Nasty
that. That's
work.
funny that you brought that up. I mean, and I feel like it's popular now because of social media, but I don't know. I've always been like that. Am I like always saying pose and watching? You know what I'm saying? Always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
But even though we joke about it, that I like that this pause culture is good. It's good because it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you watching what you
See?
say. I, I
Clear that up good.
it's a positive outreach, man. You gotta watch what you say. You can't be saying crazy stuff, man. You got to. I feel like
Yeah.
it's good. It's good for the culture, man.
For the culture. The culture is damn good.
Man, just make sure you don't load them up like Reedie just said, man.
Yeah.
You'll be oh man.
Go ahead.
But any days though, I mean, looking at the days 27th, 28th, 29th, 31st, 2nd, 4th, and 10th. John, to you, you can kick it off. Is there anything particular that you are looking for? Like anything you have to say about these days? Really?
I'm ready for the second years. Luke McCaffrey, Jordan McGee, Dom Hampton. I'm ready for the rookies this year. Like I'm ready for the guys who didn't get that true shine last season because whether it was injuries, whether it was rotation, stuff like that. Like, I'm ready to see McGee's impact and growth pause from last year. Sitting behind Lewis, sitting behind Wagner, sitting behind what's other dude's name?
Cam Madrona?
I,
Oh yeah. To my last
no,
year.
Madrano's from last year. Luvu, Wagner,
Michael Walker.
Thank you, Michael Walker and Ballor. I'm ready to see because if the staff was high on him last year, where they got nickel and dime packages to sub him in when Luvu or Wagner was out, I can't imagine what they drawn up between him and Madrano with their speed and athleticism. I can't wait to see this linebacker room move. I can't wait to see the cornerback room with Mikey and with Amos, that Fro Chill duo. And I'm ready to see what does the offensive line do. I know Cosme's going to be out, but what's the chemistry with Laramie, with Connerly, with Allegretti, with Coleman, with all of them, with Dieter and with Herbig. Like I'm ready to see. All right, new offensive line, linebacker rooms, as Reedie would say, loaded up and whatnot. I'm ready to see how this is going to work.
No, you shouldn't have to say that. Well, it's all funny. It's just the joke. Like
It's fun
seriously,
games.
I don't think no one truly goes home and like, damn, man, I said pause,
Mm-mm.
I'm mad.
Nah.
It's just a game. It's just fun. It ain't nothing. Take it to heart. Or at least you shouldn't take it to heart. You
No,
should
no, no,
not.
no.
It's just joking. But
It's fun games.
while we
Nah,
at it, we got
I
people
don't
watching.
agree
Go
with
ahead.
like the take that he just posted about YN. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that because I'm no longer a YN. Like I'm not even in that conversation, and it's still like you know what I'm saying. It's like just keeping it light a little bit. Like we really
Mhm.
been doing this back when I was in my
I'm
teens
about
and
to say,
20s and stuff.
yeah.
Nah, though,
This
nah,
ain't
Hmm.
nah.
this ain't a
He,
new.
nah, he making a point in the sense of like, I guess he coming from our perspective where, like, for us, what he's saying, what Juan is saying is cool, but with the YNs, they will say pause on anything. Like, man, I'm drinking water. Pause.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, man.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
getting
like
my
Like
that,
shoe.
what?
okay,
like
I tied my shoe.
excessively doing it.
Pause. Yeah, like they go way overboard.
okay,
They
okay.
pause
I
Yeah,
get it.
Yeah,
no
Okay,
I
cool.
feel
no,
okay. I feel what
yeah.
he's saying. I feel what he's
yeah.
saying.
It's everyone younger than me and Juan that are taken to the extreme. Like I'm sitting here at the time, like, what on earth are y'all saying? What are y'all
Yeah.
talking about with this
Wait,
line?
John,
Like,
you said me and Juan. You older than all of us.
what you mean? I ain't on. I ain't
What
on kid.
they say 48 in the face.
But nah, why we got people in here? I want to do this quickly. Why we have people in? Because I don't want nobody to drop off. Go subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown YouTube channel, please.
Absolutely.
This exact show that you watch is going to be on its own channel come training camp. So let's say when is July 27th? What day is that? I don't know.
That is, I think is that
The
Tuesday?
Wednesday, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
So we're kicking it off the Wednesday prior to training camp or the
No,
Wednesday
July
or
Probably,
27th is a Sunday.
yeah,
Sunday.
probably be that Wednesday because I think camp starts on the 20. I think the vets
23rd
report the
is the first
23rd.
is the vets. Yeah, the vets report 23rd. 27th is the first open
So
date.
we'll definitely have something to talk about about that leading up to the first day because the rookies report on the 19th. I think
Mhm.
18th.
18th. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was saying that there's quite a bit of people in here. So please go subscribe to the
Mm-hmm.
Burgundy Breakdown YouTube channel. This exact show
Please.
will no longer be on Juan Gotti Talking Sports. So for all the people that watch me,
Yep.
and clicked on from me, it will no longer be on this channel. It'll be on the Burgundy Breakdown. People that watch for John, we know John's doing it up YouTube and live stream on Instagram. You'll no longer be able
Yep.
to catch it on that. It is going to be on his own channel, and same for Reedie and Zee. So please go ahead while y'all at it. While we have a nice audience tonight, subscribe to Burgundy Breakdown. As content like this will be on it, and it's gonna be fire. We're gonna be the next group
Mm-hmm.
up, man, and I'm telling you all, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, man. So please. Go subscribe. The comment is in the description. I'm gonna pin it as
Mm-hmm.
well in the comment section. Go subscribe. I should have thought about this at the start of the show, but never mind.
Perhaps.
So go subscribe to Burgundy Breakdown, and the content is gonna be rolling up there very, very soon. But all right,
Yep.
back on topic, guys. Z, you can say anything you got for training camp, regardless of like the dates and whatnot. Or if not, we can move on to the final topic.
I'm looking forward to, of course, I'm looking forward to training camp, but I'm most looking forward to August 8th. I get to
That
see my guy in uniform turn up in a preseason game.
who we got first again? Is it
Who?
New England?
We,
No, not
we,
New England.
tell him who I'm talking about, Reed. Exceeding his
You
face.
talking
Bill.
about
Bill.
JCM?
Bill.
Bill,
Oh,
yes,
Bill.
sir.
Bill.
Ja'Cory Prosky
Krosky
Merritt.
That was
Merritt.
real strategic.
Bill.
I ain't gonna lie. That was
August
real
8th.
strategic. That was real.
8-8.
Who?
Hey, you know what? I'm on to you. That was real.
8-8.
I
Yeah.
like that. It was August 8th, come with the dates and all. That was
The
real strategic
8-8.
of you right
Yeah, my
there, dog. I
man.
ain't gonna
Bill.
lie.
Oh, yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah, for me, I like training camp, but I don't like sweating. So that's be the only thing. And I really sweat, so
Yeah,
don't
Reedy
be
out there with his
too
towel and shit.
I don't be too like I be into it, but after a while I get mad and I just be like, fuck this, I'm ready to go. But it is a good time though. I ain't gonna lie, it is. It's a good experience. They'll have like the little Kona ice out there and all the little different vendors and all of that. It's a good time. It's in the morning, so it shouldn't be too hot. Yeah,
Mhm.
but we got a special surprise interview coming in training camp. Be on the lookout for that too.
Uh-oh. Reedie and Zee got some fire on the way.
Hold up.
Special surprise interview coming at training.
All right. Y'all heard it here first. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Reedie and Zee and be on the lookout for that. Who do we play first? I'm trying to look at the preseason schedule.
I think it's
just
Baltimore.
No, that's second.
Cincinnati's the second one, right?
Let me look.
No. This is Monday night. Yeah, correct.
It's the Patriots or what?
We echo. It's the Patriots.
Okay, yeah, figured that. Patriots. Let me see.
Yeah, someone's got an echo going.
Yeah, I hear too. We good. We should be good now, though. I think it went away.
All right, there we go.
Be good
Yep,
now.
I don't hear myself. Yep, I don't hear myself no more. There we go.
Yeah, so it's the Patriots. Okay, dang, the first home one ain't to the 18th.
It was the 14th, 18th.
18th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, I guess we can move on now to the final topic before we get up out of here, man. Again, before we move on, make sure you guys subscribe to Reedie and Zee. They just dropped a banger for us. They got a huge interview coming at training camp, so we shall be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to Ballin Burgundy podcast, as they're on the road to 1,000, right?
Yeah, on the road.
We had a great back and forth about Sam Howell and Caleb Williams, which me and John are like this with that take. And
Yeah,
I really don't see how other people don't see what we see, but hey. And of course, subscribe to yours truly, Juan Gotti Talking Sports, and then subscribe to the Ballin Burgundy. Well, not Ballin Burgundy. Well, we'll subscribe to Ballin Burgundy, but subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown, as the channel will be firing up there soon. It's already made, so you can go ahead and subscribe if you guys appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get to this final topic before we get up out of here, fellas. Seems like few times where we actually getting out of here quite early, I would say, and Reedie ain't falling asleep on us.
Zee, not Reedie.
Zee,
Zee taking a Z.
Yeah, look.
That's why he went on mute.
And he turned his camera off.
Y'all like this, man. Y'all one person for real, bro. So that's why I be getting it mixed up sometimes. But nah. Let's talk about it though, fellas. The RFK Stadium, so we were all geeked up and hyped up about it, impressed, and now it looks like it raised some concern. I think Kevin Sheehan said he talked to either the mayor or someone close to her, where she said how on a scale from 1 to 5, how concerned you are for this council thing to not go through. And she said she was on a concern level before, which had me raising it like, hold on, I don't know what's up. That's not too promising. But I said, bro, like, they wouldn't have done all of that. The press conference, the announcing on the team, live show, they wouldn't have done all that if this wasn't kind of moving or kind of set in stone that it was going to happen. John or whoever, Reedie Zee, if you guys are more deep into like the actual reasoning for the holdup and whatnot, more, please enlighten us. But overall, your concerns and thoughts about what
it's strictly political. Like it's the normal political landscape. Scratch my back and I'll scratch your back type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get the older people that are in here in remembrance of when the Nationals came to town, right? Anthony Williams was the mayor at the time. I believe that vote came down to the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th, like walk-off style, and they got it done. It wasn't looking promising. So that gives me hope, and that just makes me understand that the DC Council is always going to be DC Council and try to be extra. But I'm hearing from some sources that congressional members in the Senate are basically saying, hold on, DC, pump the brake, DC Council, pump the brakes. We didn't, get this approved for you guys to try to play politics. Like, we got it to bring a new stadium here, like, first and foremost. So I think it's going to get moving because those federal legislators or lawmakers, I should say, are kind of going to get in the weeds with it now and put pressure on some of those, DC council members. It's all about, what can you do for my constituents or this, that, and the third. Everybody want to kick back and all of that. But that's all I got on that.
Yeah. What I can say on the subject is that it's definitely, so with Mary Bowser pushing the stadium thing, to make it work, she got to pull a lot of money from different areas. different budgets and stuff. You know, I mean, I work in community work and violence interruption, and a lot like even that has been cut due to this new budget that she's putting out. And a lot of it, of the moving and the shifting of the money, is due to her wanting this stadium. A lot of the councils for each ward, especially Ward 7, they want to know that, you know, the not only are the people there are being taxed and having to, you know, come up with the money, and the people, you know, throughout the city having to come up with that money, but also like what's in it for them. They want to know, like, you know, extra details. And from what I've been reading, from what I've been hearing, is that she's just been saying it's a good deal for everybody, and she hasn't broken down and given a detailed,
The politics.
you know, detailed report on all, you know, everything involved. So the council is at a halt, like, hold up, you know what I mean? We're not just going to pass this and just let you just steamroll through it, and you're not going to, you know what I mean, pay your respects to the people of the city. And it's greatly in the grand scheme of things, because this council is here to fight for the people. So
Yeah,
that's the gist of it. And on Muriel Bowser's side, she's looking at it like, look, we ain't got time to be twiddling our thumbs over this and that. At the end of the day, it's about dollars and cents, and it's going to bring us buku money that the city need because we're in debt. And it's just the council is like, well, you know, we hear you, but at the same time, it's your duty to let us know what really is the fuck going on. So they're at a standstill over there, and the council has been kicking back a lot. I remember Bowser was saying, I think she was saying like 5. I think it's like 9 votes you got to get, and I think she was saying like 5 or 6 of them had already been on board, so it was only like another. I think
3.
it's 9 total, and I think you need like 7 of the 9 or something like that, and it was like like 5 that were already on board or some shit like that. But she, you know, it looks like that has kind of slowed down, and it's more people kind of holding off just to kind of get the final details before everybody just yay it.
Yeah, I mean, when the news came out saying, hey, there's going to slow down, I said, it's politics. It's the same thing that happened in DC, Monday night, when they finally passed the big beautiful bill that took 16 hours to read, with half of Congress like leaving because they don't know how to have patience. This doesn't shock me. They have to pull, Zee, to your point, $1 billion, $1 billion for public funding. The Commanders are forking over 2.7, so we're funding 2/3 of this thing. $1 billion of public funding. Do you know what the city of DC could do with $1 billion? Pay half of Congress. That's really about it. But no, they could go to a bunch of different programs. They could go to a bunch of different schools. They could go to a bunch of different I don't want to say like DEI programs, because that's not the terminology I want.
They ain't gonna do nothing but make more speed cameras on every corner, bro.
That's also a fact.
That's all they do, bro.
But I get the cause to pause. It's, you need $1 billion, and Bowser isn't forking over the details, as to Zee's point. Like there's not a thorough breakdown report of, okay, the 2.7 million is going to come from public education, 1.3 million is going to come from public transportation, 1.5 million is going to come from this, and this. I don't know if Bowser doesn't want to fork it over, or she just doesn't have it. Which, if she doesn't have it, then we're not seeing this till 2 more years. This could be. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's. I mean, to read your point, it's purely politics. But I'm curious whose politics are holding. Is it the people that have the cause to pause, or is it Bowser's unreadiness to spill the beans?
I think it has a lot to do with 45/47 and what he did with cutting that funding from DC. So that was what kind of like put a damper in the plans right now. So now this has a whole lot of reshuffling of the deck being done and trying to figure things out. But that federal funding that they were talking about taking away and cutting and slashing, that is very dependent on, the money that they have and what's allocated to be able to be spent within the city. So that's really what it really boils down to. If we want to get to the root problem, thank 45/47.
DTJ?
Yeah, I don't know. That's Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yep. So, fellas, I guess we can also add in our owner's busy as well, as he just purchased yet another professional franchise. So, Philly has a WNBA team. So, Philly is getting a WNBA team, and he is obviously.
Oh, I saw Philly was getting a team.
Yeah, I think it's like Philly, Cleveland.
I think
Don
Detroit.
Staley about to be the coach.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. She was just like suited up in the Philly gear. I think AI was suited up too, right? I think they had both of them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like a picture or something. Yeah.
Indeed, I believe the stadium construction is underway. It would not be appropriate to have the President Trump make a public appearance without the necessary formalities ultimately at work.
With 45-47 DJT, he don't care about the necessary formalities. He's gonna do what he wants and then figure it out from there. That's the problem.
45 and 47.
And we're not even talking about completion percentage either.
45/47. I remember that.
Yeah, all about the Benjamins, baby.
That was my it.
Don looking like nah.
Hey, I don't.
Mike Epps. You don't
Ice
never,
with the cornrows, bro.
I must be. I'm uncultured then. I'm an uncultured swine then. So,
well, John, you must have been on that good narcotic that you keep talking.
Apparently, I must have been.
Go ahead.
He said, 45. 45, 47. Come on, John.
You gotta watch that, John. That's a classic.
I haven't watched so many classics. I gotta
had him tied up like this in the shower, just stabbing the shit out.
38.
Man, that was my John right there.
Yeah, bro. That's like not watching Friday. Like,
John, have you watched Friday?
I don't think so. I don't think I've watched Friday yet either. I've got a lot I haven't watched. I got a lot I haven't watched.
You haven't watched Friday? Not one. You had 3 opportunities.
I struck out.
Are you so okay? So I'll turn that back. Are you a movie TV guy?
It depends on all honesty. Like I gotta be invested in something to watch it.
So
I'm not a movie.
So are you? Hold on one second. Are you a Game of Thrones guy?
I haven't watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
John, you know what? I gotta reevaluate our friendship. I gotta reevaluate that now. Okay, you're with Z that can't get on one of the greatest shows of all time.
I haven't watched any of the Harry Potters, any of the Star Treks.
Yeah, I don't like Star Trek either.
I keep trying to tell you, I can't get with that medieval time shit. It just doesn't. It's not good on the eye. I can't watch this.
That's your reasoning? Eyesight?
That shit is.
Juan, you a Game of Thrones guy, Juan?
I was just about to say that, Reedie. I'm probably the worst one out of everybody, so I can't even make fun of John. I don't watch anything outside. I'm gonna be real. Outside of sports, there's nothing I watch besides Black Hood Classics, Minister Society, Friday, all the Love and Basketball. I can watch those a million times, but anything, no, I don't watch nothing. I'm sorry. No.
Reedie just disappointed us now.
No.
I was going to ask y'all, do y'all watch The Last of Us? But I already know the answer to that.
No,
it was a video.
I only know that for a video game, and
it was a video game. Now it's a series on HBO.
Stranger Things? Nope.
Only TV show I watch is The Command Center with Brian.
Brian Glazer. They gonna say Juan Glazer Command Center now. Would that be
I gotta add that to the list, huh? Over John, would you say that was crazy?
I don't know. I done forget by now.
Something. You said I gotta add that to the list now. Uh-oh.
Now that's the list.
But
I'm waiting for comments saying Juan owns Krispy Kreme at this rate.
I never
I'm
had
waiting on
Krispy Kreme before, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my
What?
God.
Wait.
I've never had Krispy Kreme. I'm sorry.
Wait.
Bro, how many times you pass the light? The light stay on.
I'm like,
Oh,
I've never had Krispy Kreme.
we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
hey, y'all
light.
funny, man.
Man.
The red light stays on, bro.
Let's
Krispy
see.
Kreme
Hot
is
fresh.
dope.
I guess we could read like just a couple comments and we'll get up out of here. A Spirit of Detroit podcast, and we got a Detroit Lions fan in here. Actually, one of the only reasonable, I say my man's only two reasonable Lions fans I know. Shout out to my guy Spirit of Detroit podcast. Season will be a good one. We almost there, y'all. We do have football at the end of this month. I'm gonna be
Yes, we
logged
do.
in. I know it's the Hall of Fame game and so on, but I don't care. I'm going
It's
to
football.
be. You feel
It'll
me?
be
Is it
on
on?
the
Is it
TV. I probably fall asleep on it, but it'll be on the TV.
exactly?
That's a good thing.
Is it gonna be on NBC like it's
Nah,
always, or
NFL
is it
Network. NFL Network.
NFL Network?
And probably NFL
Oh,
Plus.
wait, who is the Hall of Fame? I never keep track of that.
I don't know. It's they got stupid this year. I don't know what they're doing. Like,
Is it Tony
bro,
Romo?
they
Not
need to
Tony
just
Romo.
have like a 15-person, 20-person class
Yeah.
to get all of these people in. Like, this backlog is just crazy.
Oh,
like,
there's 4 this year. So it's Antonio
Yeah,
Gates, Jared Allen, Eric Allen, and Sterling Sharp.
man, all
I
deserving.
ain't gonna lie.
Jared Allen was a dog.
I feel like I know I'm not getting old. I feel like I'm getting old for guys that I watched to be in the Hall of Fame. That is
Mhm.
crazy.
Oh, the
Jared-
moment Brady gets in the Hall of Fame or Rodgers gets in the Hall of Fame, we all gonna say, "Man, where's my cane?"
Hold up, Brady only got like another year or two before he's going to go in. Because he's been out 3 years? Because he took the year off and he told Fox he wasn't coming for 2 years or something like that. He set out.
He's got a minute. He's got a minute. I think he has until like 2028. Because
It's
he
crazy
retired
that
in what,
TD got in
20
before Sterling. Sterling got injured, so that's why he didn't get in as soon as he should have. But that's just
There's
like
a lot of-
like Joe Jacoby and all these other players. I mean, who's the
Fletcher.
London Fletcher, and who's the lineman that should got in for us?
Was it
Brim?
Russ?
Brim?
And no, it's one of them. They were just talking about him. They were saying he was like they were saying like Lawrence Taylor, all of these all-time greats said that he was like one of them guys. And he's still not in. He was a part of the Hogs, but I can't remember his name right now.
I'm sure they'll
But
tell
one
us.
of the other Hogs got, I think, was it Grimm that got in already? I should
Grim
know.
might have. We should know this.
And whenever y'all want to go, just let me we can go. But I was reading the comments because we rarely read the comment section. But Spirit Detroit Podcast has 1600 Penn Street. I got a problem with their ass. Good luck with the new stadium.
Drop the location. I appreciate it.
I think when we when we chopped it up, he said he was stationed over here, so that's how he knows about.
I got you.
Over here. Krispy Kreme is the GOAT, especially fresh out the fry. I've never had it in my life. At least I don't remember, so I can't speak to it. Am I missing out on something? I guess so. By the reaction of the panel.
You're missing out on the greatest donuts ever.
When it's hot,
never drive by and you see the hot sign on, you have to stop. Go in. They're coming out of the machine.
What?
And I'm telling you, you get you a fucking hot donut coming out of the machine.
It's coming out of the
pause. I said they are, and I've said donuts prior to that, so I don't have to say pause to that. But I'm saying pause to
That's
this.
the reach, Bobby.
They're gonna melt.
They're gonna melt.
And I said pause. But I'm telling you.
Pause, they're gonna melt in your hand like that baby over Diddy.
Hey, it's the greatest shit ever.
Nah, facts. No, I ain't gonna lie. No, but I'm gonna sound weird when I say this, but I don't like my Krispy Kreme donuts fresh. I need to have them like a day or two later when they start to get not a little hard,
crunchy?
just a little bit. Yeah, they are fire. When I say that, when I tell you that, if you go in the grocery store and you get some Krispy Kremes, just don't eat them while pause. It's like glazy on the top. It looks wet. Wait until they like kind of get that little filling.
Dry,
I mean, not filling,
dry.
but the little it start to drop. Fire.
If you do the same thing he doing when you buy them fresh, it's even better.
I don't like them hot. They cool, but I don't like them.
What area of town you live in?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I live in PG County.
It's one on Central Avenue. It's one in Waldorf.
He knows.
No, I'm hip. I know. They're around.
You gotta stop. Now that we put it in your hours, you gotta stop. I know I know you're your weight loss, but reward yourself.
Yeah. Juan's next vlog better be I'm
Just
trying
go in there
for the
about
first time, guys. Yeah.
They sell them in rural farms. I ain't gonna hold you.
But
they sell them in Safeway and all that.
Go to the source. By the time they get to Safeway, they done been to a few trucks, a few warehouses, a few trucks. They done been dropped out.
How many have you been to?
Go to the source, huh?
Which one? Which one do you recommend? Any of them?
Any of them. Go to
I would say the one out Bethesda, me personally.
Any of them. They all the same.
Nah.
Okay. All
right. The ones that semi in the hood don't hit the same, bro.
Reedie by the
Route 1. You can go out there too.
Reedie by the have me take a trip out Alexandria for him then.
Yeah,
you say 1. I can't go to none of the Johnson in the hood.
I'm really tripping. That General Central Avenue is perfect, and they got a drive through.
That we gonna
you gotta hit it with the lights on.
Did you say Reedie?
I was saying when the next time I'm gonna be down Central Avenue by the stadium. Shit. When the season starts.
I was just at the stadium. I didn't know it was
I don't
over
even know
there.
why you I'm not going to no preseason games. I don't know why you
You asked me for my ticket.
And I'm giving it to the youth.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie. I went to a preseason game last year. I went to the preseason game last year. It wasn't bad.
I love the youth, but that wasn't part of the conditions, Bobby.
That's what I told Unc too. That's how he sent his over.
You ain't tell me that.
I did say I was giving it to the youth.
Respect.
Giving it to the youth, to the youngest, man. You know, like they used to do us when we was coming up. When we ain't had no money. You know what I'm saying? Or no means to get to a game.
McDonald's sells Krispy Kreme.
Since when? What is what DB? What? No.
I would never.
Hell nah.
I bet it tastes salty.
I crush a dozen right after I get them. I could do that.
Nah, they are torch though. You want to eat at least 2 or 3 of them drinks.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. It gotta be just a normal glaze. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
The original.
They jelly James fire too.
I'm about to say I'm on
jelly donut guy. I like cinnamon outside of glaze.
Jelly.
I'm on the minority, bro. Either like a regular plain glazed donut or the jelly filled Jones be hitting, bro.
Can't do jelly.
Get the jelly Krispy Kreme drink with
you
the
can
glaze.
Mix it?
Fire. The raspberry drinks is fire. They got all different flavors, but you gotta go to the store. You can't get that in the you gotta go to the Krispy Kreme store to get that. You can't get that at like Safeway or stuff like that. So, but now you can get the regular, you can get the jelly ones, but it's hit or miss. But they got like lemon, they got all different types of
Boston creams and whatnot.
Yeah. I ain't know none of that. I'm a simple guy. So jelly.
If you like glazed donuts and you add the jelly to the glaze, when you kind of got the wetness from the glaze and the jelly, that shit is fire, bro.
We got a troll on this, John. He say Terry terrible will make you slap your mother. Oh, okay. He say Krispy Kreme will make you slap your mother. And then he say nobody eat food from PG County. I mean, let me think. I'm trying. I mean, it ain't nothing
trying to defend.
And I'm trying to think, like, it ain't nothing like that's just solely, oh yeah, you gotta come here to have. Everybody got everything else in the DMV. So whether you live DC, Maryland, Virginia, everybody got a Litos, everybody got a like it's the same thing. So I can't say nah because it's like everything.
Nah, it's different levels of curry house though.
Nah, for sure. I'm just saying, like America's best wings is everywhere, so I can't say he's wrong.
Everywhere. They got like 5 down
y'all
here.
got
I'm
one
like,
out there? Ew, I didn't know that. I
no,
thought
they got
that
like
was just
7.
Yeah.
No, I got like
Interesting.
3 within a 2-mile radius of the house. I'm like, y'all keep popping up. What is going on here?
But
Y'all
let's
worse than
see.
Starbucks.
That one closed for. Oh, it says that one closed for good by the stadium. Z, is that what you was talking
They
about?
said the chocolate covered
good.
cluster field.
That's what Reek said.
The chocolate covered cluster
Cluster.
field is crazy.
See that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not a. That's too much. Like I'm not a chocolate guy to begin with, but like just
What?
extra. Just give me a regular jump. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Oh my. Oh my God,
Oh
man.
With
my
that said,
God.
guys,
A
What?
regular.
not like, share, and subscribe.
Give me a regular donut, man. Oh my
Reedie and
God.
Zee
Please like,
do
share,
not
subscribe
condone that type of talk
at
about
Reedie and
Juan Gotti.
Zee, at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast.
Podcast, don't condone it.
Wow, at Juan Gotti Sport, Talking Sports. Make sure you sub us all up. Make sure you subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown page. And yeah. What's up, Juan?
Hey man, not for real, but we want to thank each and every one of you for spending your Wednesday night with us this week and every week that you guys chime in with us. Feel free to reach out to us in the comment sections as we clip up a lot of these takes that we have on our individual Instagram pages, as well as our YouTube shorts as well. Also, send a friend if you know a friend that's a Commanders fan or just a football fan. Just send them our way because we're gonna call it down the middle. We're not gonna glaze and make it seem like we're the best thing since sliced bread. We're gonna call it even. And like Juan said before, man, if you haven't already done so, go follow our new or subscribe to our new channel, The Burgundy Breakdown. We'll also be dropping an Instagram page real soon, so you guys can follow us on that as well. We'll be back next Wednesday with something to talk about. I don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be something. But for the Burgundy Breakdown, I'm Reedie.
I'm Zee.
I'm John.
And I'm Juan.
And we out.